Grandy County Sheriff's Department was called to a man's home where there was a welfare check. There was a woman walking around on all fours. I guess she was barking like a dog. Obviously disturbed. Law enforcement rose up on the scene. They take the woman into custody. They handcuff her. They put her in the car. All right, they put her in the car. And this is what happened. I just got to show you how it happened, bro, because it's crazy, absolutely insane. I did beyond crazy, beyond crazy. What happened? So let's check this out, y'all. Let's see what happened. Let me make sure the volume's up. All right, so this is body cam footage from the sheriff's officer or the sheriff's deputies who were on the scene, and it is a third man in the video who is just a citizen. I think this is the person who actually made the call. Like, hey, there's a person out here walking around, whatever. So check this out.
What was that?
Sheriff's deputies in Oklahoma thought a woman was securely handcuffed in the back of their vehicle until...
So you heard the crack, and you see the guy grab himself, he screams, ow, like, and the two officers, you can hear one of the sheriff's deputies, I guess. What was that? That was a bullet, right? Someone just got shot.
What was that? Danny, I'm hit right here.
Reports say the woman, 36-year-old Rachel Zion Clay, wasn't even under arrest at the time. She was being detained, but was handcuffed by deputies. She reportedly...
They handcuff you. They tell you this is for my safety. When they handcuff you and put you in the back of the car. This is for my safety and your safety and the safety for others and da-da-da. They always say this stuff when they do that. But yeah.
Struck one of them as well as a bystander.
We need backup immediately. Start EMS. Start EMS. We got a civilian. Hit. What the heck?
So right there, he's on his radio. He's calling for EMS. He's calling for backup. He's saying people are hit. Him and the other deputy have no idea what's going on. They go to the vehicle. They're going into the vehicle. Doors open. And this person is in the vehicle firing his high caliber rifle. Just firing away. Just letting it go.
She get out of her cuffs? No.
An hours-long standoff reportedly in...
Neither one of these deputies grabbed their weapon. I'm just looking at the video, just as it's just playing in front of me right here. The one deputy on the radio said he's been hit. The civilian there with him has been hit. Neither one of these deputies are drawing their weapon at this point. They're not even trying to determine. It seems to me they're not trying to really determine where the rounds are coming from, but they're not hearing it until this moment here when they're hearing all of these, this rapid succession of bullets being fired. And this officer is looking into the vehicle. It's crazy.
Ensued with law enforcement, but Clay eventually surrendered and was placed under arrest. Reports say the injured men are both okay. Now Rachel Zion Clay is charged with 3 counts of shooting with the intent to kill. She has not...
And there's another video out there that shows how they actually got her out the vehicle and what really happened. I'm going to see if I can find that one.
...entered a plea to the charges against her.
What was that?
For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Like, yo, absolutely insane. Law enforcement needs more training. And it's just what it boils down to. Like, what? They need more training. So, NBC News has one. What's good, brother Jason? I see you. Brother Vike is in the house. What's happening? Thanks for joining me on a random Friday in the middle of the day Friday. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? And that's for both of y'all. Like, bro, I gotta find this other video. It's here.
Tonight, an Oklahoma woman is in jail after she managed to slip out of her handcuffs in the back of a police car, obtain an AR-15, and opened fire on sheriff's deputies, according to local.
And you saw that picture. That was her in the back of the vehicle. She was handcuffed in a police cruiser. She got out of her handcuffs. So first of all, we're hearing too many stories of this, like women getting out of their handcuffs and people with smaller wrists slipping out of their handcuffs. Zip ties. It's what we carry to the field with us. It's hard to get out of those. I don't care what you are. You can zip tie a child, little bitty wrist. It zips all the way down. Zip. You ain't going nowhere. But she's in the back of the vehicle, and y'all saw the other video. But let's watch this NBC one.
Police. The shocking moments were captured on the car's internal camera and police body cams. On Friday, Grady County Sheriff's deputies performed a welfare check on a woman found crawling around. And
this, I'm just gonna kill the volume because it goes on to talk about what I was saying. She was crawling around. They came out there. That's the woman. They put her in handcuffs. They put her in the car, and that's her in the back seat of the vehicle. Right, getting out of her handcuffs. Everyone just kind of standing around. Two deputies. No one's keeping an eye on the person in the vehicle. Right, she gets out. You can see her grab the weapon. That is the police issue AR style weapon that she managed from the back seat of this cruiser. She managed to get that weapon that was inside that vehicle. I guess there's no barrier. That's a problem, right? Right off rip. That's the problem. There's no barrier. She gets it. We'll put some volume
to the chamber and
starts firing. Bam.
Body camera footage released by police show moments shots ring out.
Bam. Dude gets hit right away. They don't know what happened. Look, no one's grabbing. No one's reaching for a weapon. No one's going for cover. Nothing. Someone's firing. They're looking back at each other. What's going on, Billy? I don't know, Bob. What's going on? Let me grab my American flag handkerchief. What's going on? He's walking around with a bullet in the shoulder, it looks like. He goes into the vehicle. There she is. More rounds. Pow, 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 pow. Now they're getting down. Finally, he reaches for his weapon. Finally, after all that, reached for his weapon. I don't know if he drew his weapon. Bro, what are we doing? They need more training, but defund the police. Exactly. Exactly. Defund the police, man. Dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. I understand what they're trying. I get it. Let me put it that way. I get it. Horrible initiative. The name for an initiative. Just stupid. Defund the police. No, how about we properly fund the police? Like I said before, I'm not going to go over all of it again, but cops need to make more money. They need better training. They need support. They need downtime. This is the kind of stuff that, Brother Roz is in the house. He's like, yeah, peace to the brother. He's like, damn, exactly, bro. Exactly. He's like, is it wrong to laugh? You can laugh. No one died. Right? You can laugh. I mean, it's dark humor. You know what I mean? It's dark humor. It's funny. It's sad, bro. It's sad. It goes into, and we can go down different rabbit holes. I'm not gonna. We can go down the race thing. We can go down the gender thing. I'm not even gonna do that. I'll let you guys do that on your own. Right? But this woman handcuffed in the back of the police cruiser, in the back of the vehicle, gets out of her handcuffs, grabs a high-power rifle, and starts firing from inside the vehicle. And then they brought on, it's crazy. Act Ozzy's in the house. What's good, brother? Right? Yeah, intentions versus messaging, man. It's bro. It just goes to show you, man, there's a severe lack of training. Like these two deputies don't know what to do. They're standing there. Shots are being fired. People are hurt. The guy's literally like, ow, I've been shot. He said it. I'm hit. The other police officer calls in and said he's been hit. The other deputy. We need EMS right away. Roll EMS. So of course, they're going to have some experts. Let's listen to the experts.
Weighing in on the incident.
Sometimes women are smaller frame and they have the ability to slip their hands through the cuff, even though the cuff may itself be locked.
Not if you got on zip ties. Zip. You ain't going nowhere until someone cuts you out.
The arrival of backup begins an hours-long standoff as Clay barricades herself in the police car, refusing to emerge. After 3.5 hours of negotiations with police,
she barricades herself. Look at all these guys out here with some quasi-military gear on. They brought a tank. They brought an urban assault vehicle. Right? They said she barricaded herself in the vehicle. Nah, she's still in the same vehicle she was in. They put her in the vehicle. That's so crazy. Don 007 was good. Question: why wasn't their rifle locked? She got at that thing pretty easy. Yep. Again, training. Poor training, bro. Poor training. That's exactly what that is, man. That's all that is. How could she even? Where's the barricade? There should be a barrier between the back seat and the front seat. I mean, I don't know what's going on in Oklahoma, but how are you going to secure someone? And if you know that there's no barrier and you know that there's a high power rifle in the front seat, why isn't the other deputy watching the woman inside the car? She was walking around on all fours barking, man. Obviously something ain't right. That's, again, you need to secure individuals, man. You got to keep eyes on. Poor training. How much ammo be in the cars, man? Bro, at least 30 rounds in the magazine. 30 rounds in the magazine, so it's at least 30 rounds in that weapon. At least that. As far as extra ammo, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. You know what I mean? Because that's Brother Jason asking that question. Like, at least, I'm assuming that was a 30 round mag. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like. They're different, different capacity magazines, of course. But, law enforcement, you figure they're going to get this, the standard, the most. So you're going to get a 30 round mag for that AR. And yeah, God knows where the other magazines are. Yeah, it's like I said, barricaded sounds cooler. Right. No, she's in the car they put her in. Like she ain't barricade nothing. She just slumped down in the seat. Need more money for locks, bro. They need money for Brother Vikings, right, man. It's crazy. She made them 30 rounds last 3.5 hours. Not just how police get down. This how they get down. They show up. They don't, again, it's poor training. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. The minute she started firing, man, you got to do something about that. Like if I'm one of the deputies on the scene, I got the door open. I got the front door open. She's in there firing, but he's probably afraid. You got to do something, man. There's two of you. You know what I mean? I guess this is their protocol, bro. I don't know, but let's continue watching. Which, wow, just crazy.
And the deployment of an armored breaching vehicle, the woman finally surrenders.
If it means saving a life, you take as much time.
It looks like she had a puppy with her. How the hell did she get a puppy?
Time as you need in order to bring this tactical situation to a successful conclusion.
Court documents from her arraignment on Monday include notes she allegedly managed to write while barricaded, revealing her disturbed state of mind.
Yeah, that appears to be a 30 round magazine, AR style weapon. You know what I mean? Short rifle. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have like a very long stock. The barrel even looked a little shorter. It was all geared up. That was tactical, tactical assault weapon with a whole bunch of extra stuff on there. I mean, it had beams and all that kind of stuff on there too, which anybody who's been in the field knows the more shit you put on your rifle, the heavier it is, the harder it is to carry. Yeah, I'm an iron sights kind of guy. I don't like having anything extra on my weapon, but I do understand. And like the tip of the spirit guys will tell you, like, you want a laser on there. Like you got a laser on your weapon, whatever that light is, wherever that light goes is where the bullet's going. That makes sense to me. So I'm like, all right, I would definitely have that on my weapon if I'm out there doing some real work. But for just laying around the house, my ARs, my AKs, the M14, iron sights. Although I have a scope for that. I plan to get out and practice on my distance. I want to get good on my distance. So I do have a scope. I want to get used to firing that weapon with a scope. But everything else, iron sights. You know what I'm saying? She was busting around top like she been playing Call of Duty for 30 hours a day. Right. You need a cheat code to hold that blind shot, man. She just spray and pray, bro. She's just doing one of these, just letting it go. And like I said, she finally did get out and it looked like she had dogs with her. Like, where did they come from? So maybe, I was looking at the picture of her getting out the vehicle, and then there was the vehicle that they breached. Maybe she did leave the police vehicle. Maybe she did get out. Again, That's scary. She got out of the vehicle and she managed to get into another vehicle. But, again, this is me just trying to look at the footage that I have here, trying to figure it out. I think they ended up breaching the vehicle that she was placed in.
Efforts to reach Clay were unsuccessful, and she was not represented by an attorney at her initial court appearance.
It was a compilation of errors. I get that you want to have easy access to a AR-15, but not when you have a suspect in your vehicle. Another officer could have and should have been monitoring visually the suspect who was seated behind the car.
Clay was charged with 3.
Poor training. Right, you're gonna get your talking head is gonna come out and say these things. Like, absolutely. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? How are they being trained? These guys are out there in the Wild West. They're out there in Oklahoma, man. They're out there in the middle of nowhere. These guys should have the best training. The best training. If anyone's gonna find themselves in a situation where they have to hold out until help gets there, it's gonna be these people, these law enforcement officials in rural areas. These men and women should have the best training, the best tactical training. They should, because it's just them. I mean, how far away is help? The guy called it in. We don't know how long it took for help to get out there. It might have taken them 15, 20 minutes to get out there. But it's crazy. You know what I mean? Brother Lincoln's in the house. What's good? What's good? Yeah, it is crazy, man. Absolutely horrible training. That's why police need more money. Compilation of errors. My new catchphrase. Hilarious. Yeah, I wish we could say stuff like that when it goes bad. But no, when it goes bad, just like, I screwed up.
3 counts of shooting with intent to kill, and according to court documents, is currently being held on $1 million bail.
All right, Maya Eaglin joins us now here in studio. So Maya's
$1 million bail. Normally that's at 10%. You know what I mean? So what's that? $100,000. Yeah, she's not going to be able to come up with that bail. Doesn't have an attorney. She's going to get a public defender. They're going to make this out to be some sort of, mental thing, of course. Brother Han's in the house. What's good? Oh, Lord. Yeah. Yeah, this hoe done jacked the strap. She sure did. She sure did, and let it go. I want to say they have video of them breaching the vehicle. Nope. And they just talked to this woman for a little bit, but they really didn't say nothing. Yeah, they really didn't say nothing. So let me see if I can get out of that screen. Yeah, man, but this is what's going on in the world, bro. This is what's going on. And it's just poor training, man. And as a society, bro, this should bother everyone, man. Like, yeah, we make light of it. Luckily, no one lost their life. You know what I mean? This is comedy. It's sheer comedy, but a couple people were wounded. This woman could have been, neutralized, right? Easily. They could have easily tore up that car. You know what I mean? Hey, throw the window out. Well, I guess they can't say throw it out the window because she can't roll the windows down. So luckily nothing, no one lost their life, but they need more training. This point blank period. They need more training. And if it weren't for the tech, if it weren't for body cams and all that, man, we wouldn't even know about this. So what should happen to those 2 officers, right? I think in one of the stories they mentioned those guys are going to get some more training, you know what I mean? Some remedial training or whatever, however they put it. Man, dude, you know what I mean? Because when I see something like that, the first thing I want that pops into mind is like, all right, they got to go. You got to fire these guys. But here's the thing. They completed training. Were they working within the confines of their training? Were they doing what they were supposed to do? They didn't look like young deputies. They looked like they've been in the business for a while. So did they cut any corners, or did they do it by the book? If you're trained poorly, you can't be fired for doing what you were trained to do. You know what I mean? So again, we need better training. Brother O's in the house. What's good? South Africa representing. But this is what we're talking about, folks. We need to give these officers, these deputies, these people in law enforcement proper training so they can be confident in the field, not be afraid, and everybody concerned has a better chance of surviving, right, when things go bad. And this is insane. Got called out to the house for a crazy person walking around on all fours, barking and whatever. Got law enforcement there. Well, maybe should there be a mental health professional that rolls with them? Again, now, if we did stuff like that, that gets into even more money, right? Even more money. Bill Burr has a bit when he was talking about crazy folks. It's hilarious how it used to be when we were younger as opposed to how it is now. Maybe I'll react to that, especially on the heels of this. Let me see if I can find a version of that. I might be able to react to that. But, bro, police officers need to be properly trained. They're not doing anyone any good walking around. There's another story out there. There's a police officer who's facing like 27 counts of SA and grape. Most of the time, most of these, offenses, these crimes were committed while he was in uniform. This is a police officer. This is a police officer, man. This was in Kansas City. Like this police officer, man, like 27 counts. It's like, yo, who are we hiring? And Brother Lincoln, I don't even think it's training. It's common sense, to be honest. Like, don't leave your weapon that's loaded around someone you don't know. Yeah, you would think that, bro. You would think that's common sense, man. And Brother Oz, you're right about renaming it to properly fund the police or something like that. I invited my two police officer friends to the boxing gym to try to secure me, and it was laughable, right? They just hire just about anyone in New York City. That's true, man. They hire people who, I say this all the time. I say this all the time. With my training, the training that I received from the United States Army, you give me 10 motivated Boy Scouts and give me 4 hours, maybe 5 hours to train them up. 10 kids, give me 10 motivated Boy Scouts. Right? And I guarantee you, we would defeat any SWAT team in the United States of America at a state level or lower. Guarantee we'll defeat them. 99 times out of 100, we will defeat the SWAT guys. Right? You give me those same 10 kids and you send in a platoon or a squad, you send a rifle company or a squad, infantry guys or whatever, we don't stand a chance. We don't stand a chance. Right? So it's just, our police officers are poorly trained. If you give me 10 teenage boys and just give me a little time to train them up a little bit, and I can defeat your best trained cop, something's wrong. Something is wrong. And yeah, they again, most police officers, man, they never been punched in their mouth. Right. Most of these guys are either they're one end of the spectrum or the other, man. They're either these, over amped up dudes, the bully types looking to beat someone up that they can overpower, whatever, that's not going to fight them back. Goes the other end of the spectrum. The guy who's never really been into a fight, real soft, his body's soft. He doesn't have enough aggression to deal with it. It's always one end of the spectrum or the other. And even the cops who go out there looking for trauma, those dudes that want to, kick some heads and all that kind of stuff, they only do it when they have a numerical advantage. It's never one-on-one or one-on-three. Like if the police officer is outnumbered, they're running away from the scene. It's only when it's a bunch of them, 5, 6, 7 of them against you. Then they want to get super tough. Then they want to do all this extra stuff, man. And want to slam you down, try to break your head in. That's the only time they do it. And that's not cool. Those guys should be weeded out during the training. You're too aggressive. You got to go. Right? They shouldn't be able to make it through the psych portion. I don't want a psycho walking around with a badge and a gun, roaming the streets. I don't want that. So, it's crazy. Situational awareness, threat perception. Yeah, man, you need to be, that's to some guys out there, like, dudes who know, they know. Like, again, I'm from where I'm from. I always got my head on a swivel. Eyes are always up, man. I'm always looking at what's going on around me. I'm always putting myself in some sort of tactical advantage if I can. If I'm inside of a building, my back's not to the door or to the windows. I know where the exits are. I have a good idea where the exits are that are out of sight. Like you see the ones that are clearly marked. But I'm thinking, all right, best chance of me finding the exits to go through the kitchen. Right? I'm making those kind of guesses. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an exit through the kitchen if I have to get out of here. You know, and this is just stuff that I know, man. So that didn't have to be trained. I learned that just through my, experience on the streets. But I can't tell you how many times I sit there and watch police officers roll up on the scene. You know who the bad guy is. Like you saw everything happen. The cops roll up and the bad guys walk away before the cops even know what's going on. The cops are too busy jumping on some innocent guy, talking crazy to some innocent people. Meanwhile, the bad guys are just slowly walking around the corner. Just slowly walking around the corner. Right? Because the cops are looking for the wrong cues. Oh, I see somebody running. That must be the bad guy. Or that's the victim. How about that dude over there that's walking the other way? That might be that's the guy I'm going to keep my eye on. That dude over there with all the bulgy clothes on. What the hell are they teaching these dudes? These men and women. So, and if we have an effective police force, man, you know what? Crime will go down, bro. It becomes harder to be a criminal. It's like, yo, them boys come, you know what's on. Brother Roman's in the house. What's good, bro? Good to see you, man. Over here talking about law enforcement, man. They need more money. Man, these police officers put a crazy lady in the back of her car, man, and she got out of her handcuffs, grabbed the AR and started shooting. Grabbed the police officer's AR. This is a crazy, when you think about this scenario, man, I mean, I'm glad no one died because it's so damn ridiculous, man. They came and picked up a woman that something ain't right with. This woman was harmless until the police got there. Then they put her in the police car. She winds up with their weapon and starts shooting. There's nothing worse than bringing the murder weapon to the scene of the crime. Nothing worse. This woman didn't have an AR. She didn't have any guns. She didn't have any guns until the police grabbed her. And not only did she just get a gun, she got the best type you can get. Got me an AR style assault rifle. Complete, loaded, like pow, pow, pow. Who does that? A loaded weapon. And she figured out how to work the safety. So she knew enough about that weapon. You know what? Now that I think about it, I bet you that thing was, I bet you the safety wasn't even on. I bet you the safety wasn't on that weapon. It was loaded, and they the reporter said that she charged a weapon. So she figured out how to charge a weapon. To charge a bullet into the chamber. So I wonder if the safety was on or off. I doubt if that'll come out. Yeah, it's like 5 different charges. Yeah, man. She wasn't guilty of nothing but being crazy. Suspicion of being crazy, but now she's facing all kinds of charges. They got her for 3. You know what I mean? $1 million bond. But I think she's going to beat this case on some sort of mental. You know what I mean? That's what I think. But, yo, that's crazy. I'm just sitting here shaking my head thinking about it. Like, zip ties, man. Get rid of those handcuffs. Get zip ties. You start there. You know what I mean? Make that part of the procedure. Where if a small wrist, like a woman or a man with small wrists or whatever, zip tie 'em instead of using handcuffs. You know, I had small wrists as a kid, and I remember being in handcuffs. There was no way I was getting out of it. It hurt. They had them so tight, it hurt. So that's another thing. Like, you didn't have the handcuffs tight. Again, that has to be a breach of procedure. Some sort of protocol was messed up. How did she get out of them damn handcuffs? How did she get your weapon? Was your weapon on safe? Was there a round charged in the chamber? What's going on? When those rounds went off, the officers were they had no idea what was going on. Again, poor training. I can tell you where if rounds are close enough that people are getting hit, I can tell you where those rounds are coming from. You're going to hear the bullets coming. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. So yeah, man, go ahead and get this one a like if y'all like, man. Like it, share it with some folks, man. Have a good laugh with some people out there, man. Like whenever someone brings up defund the police or defund the FBI or whatever they want to bring up, about law enforcement, man, tell them nah, they need more money. Don't defund them. Take money away from everything but that. Don't defund them. That is crazy. We are taught to give women the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, man. Red pill world is starting to shine a light on that, bro. Like, and it's just, stuff like this. Stuff like this is coming out. You know what I mean? People are seeing it. Be careful, man. Be careful. This is not a game out here, man. Like that you had that OnlyFans woman in Miami who just viciously stabbed to death her boyfriend, the crypto guy. Murdered that man, stabbed him to death. He bled out all over her, man, and she was walking around free for months until they finally brought her back to Dade County to face charges for murder. That's insane. And just that's crazy. You know what I mean? Back to Boys in Blue. Man, I got to tell you, as a hood dude, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be walking around with the flag with the blue line on it, but we need cops. We need cops. And this is coming from a guy who dealt with the worst law enforcement has to offer. Man, I done dealt with the bad cops. We need good cops. We need good police officers. We need effective training. We need to change their whole culture. That law enforcement culture needs to change. So yeah, man, I gotta agree with you on that one, Brother Ronan. We need police officers, man. We need them. We need them. If we do away with law enforcement, I'm telling y'all, 90% of y'all ain't ready for that kind of world. I am. Right? I'm ready for that kind of world, but I don't want to live in that kind of world. We need law enforcement, y'all. We do. So yeah, man, get them some more money. Effective training for law enforcement. That should be the slogan. Get them some more money. Let's get good cops in there. Let's get good men and women in there. So we don't have stuff like this. Crazy people getting a hold of the police weapons and using those weapons against the police. So we don't get that. Like I said, there's I don't know if I'm gonna do a story on it, but like I said, there's a police officer right now in Kansas City, man, is facing like 20 plus, I think it was 23 cases of SA grape. And he was doing a lot of them while he was in uniform. Can you imagine if you're a woman and the police come to your house and they assault you like that? They take you like that while they're in uniform? Bro, how did he get on the force? You know what I mean? How's that dude walking around? How is the other law enforcement guys, the other cops don't know he's a weirdo like that? They gotta know. He had to tell somebody. Right? He had there had to be citizens, there had to be female citizens that are like, hey man, this guy did this. Hey man, this guy's being creepy. Hey man, this guy touched me this way or that way. Hey, he was frisking me and he was putting fingers where they don't belong. They had to be telling folks, man. And this is what I mean. All these stories, they only hurt our society as a whole. If we can't trust law enforcement, bro, what are we doing? Right? And we again, you get what you pay for, man. Cops need to make more money. We need the best and the brightest. We need the best of the best for that job. It's a tough job. They need downtime. It's a whole lot of stuff they need to do it right. They need to be held to account when they do things, when they break the law, when they do stupid stuff like this. At a minimum, those two deputies shouldn't be allowed on the street for a couple of months while they train. I would make them go through training all the way over again. But the problem with that is you send them back through training. The training is flawed, obviously. So what's the point? What's the point of sending them back to reinforce all the bad shit that they learned in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. Brother, I'm like, they don't do psych evals on officers after things get. Oh, wow. Wow. I didn't know that. They need to. That's part of it. You know what I mean? You get to a point, that's part of it. I mean, so a total revamp of law enforcement is what's called for, man. And all this talk, you know what I mean? All this talk is just that, man. It's just bullshit talk, y'all. It's just bullshit talk. I mean, fire them boys. They worthless. Man, that's my first thought, man. It's like fire them. But if they were doing exactly what they were trained to do, it's hard to fire them. They at least give them an opportunity, like train them up properly first. Now, again, I have no idea what they're trained. I don't know what their procedures are, right? It's a whole process, bro. But I feel you, man. Like, you out there, like, come on, man. Train these guys up right. These guys could have lost their lives. They could have lost their lives, man. She had a high-powered rifle. She was firing out that coming, just going right through the windows like it ain't nothing. You know, so it's to the benefit of everyone to have people who are trained properly, man. It's to the benefit of everyone. So, all right, I'm through rambling on about this, man. I was gonna jump on last night when I saw it. It was like 1 or 2 o'clock East Coast time. I'm like, it's too late. It's too late. I was like, I'm just gonna do this tomorrow. So I just wanted to jump on and do it. Thanks for rocking out with me, fellas. I appreciate it, brother Jason, brother Roman. You know what I mean, brother Roz, brother Lincoln, brother Han. Thank y'all so much, brother Link. I already said big, and brother Viking Act Ozzy. Thank y'all so much, brother Don 007. Thank y'all for rocking with it, brother, man. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? The subs are going up slowly, man. We're getting there, bro. 1K on the way. Once we get monetized, we're really gonna start making it happen, man. I got some stuff lined up for y'all, bro. I got an idea, and I think it's gonna work, and it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna be bringing people to the platform, and women to the platform. You know what I mean? And asking some questions and getting some perspective, bro. Getting some perspective. So, all right, man, I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. Thanks again for all the support. I see y'all in there, man, showing love. I'm DL Saint. This is DL Saint. I Really Want to Know podcast. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.